Good morning. So there's a nice wee shop down there. The Co-op in Kinlochleven, and then you've got the Highland Gateway, which is a nice pub. So we'll give it a try. Good girl. So over here as well, you've got that aluminium story. I think Americans call it out. What do Americans call this? Aluminum. So aluminium. We call it aluminium. But anyway, I was saying before, right? So a lot of places, like going back in the day, were either started because they found a quarry full of welcome. Yeah, so they end up like, come on, Coco, this way. And I probably need to put you on my attachment lead. I just want to meet everyone. At least, what's this nowadays? Solar. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm trying to get back to that. Just keep an eye on Coco there because she'll try and meet everyone. Yeah, so aluminium is obviously mined out. As you can see, the hills in the back here. Coco, come here. It's full of them. So here, yeah, we've got the Blackwater Hostel and Campsite. So we are actually on the West Highland Way now. So that's why you can see a lot of activity. Yeah, and there's like a few towns in that. Like where I'm from, Corby, that was like had the village, but then it had steelworks. So that's how that got big. And then you've got ones that have got like this aluminium. So that's why these places start as well. And then you've probably got the hydro dam was probably built to for the factory to produce it. So a lot of towns in that, or villages, they always start because they found like quarry, they found good stones. So it's always a bedrock of why you wonder where somewhere, like going back in the day before we had all the more technology, like if this sort of stuff, look at this building, but that's what I mean, they just don't make them like this anymore. It's awesome. But if this stuff here, if it's a quarry off it, that's why it normally starts. And then I think that's the river. Will it be leaving? Not too sure. Got a gym there as well. Vertical descents. Give them a shout out. So yeah, this is pretty a little tough way. So this is the section. We've walked it backwards, but this is the section that you'll get on the West Highland Way, in between Glencoe and Kinlochleven, where the Devil's Staircase is. Look at this, guys. Look at the flow on that. So this is producing, look at this. So this is producing the electricity, which the harness from like right up there. So this will be getting pumped up from there's a little reservoir and little lakes and little, I wouldn't say the lakes, little pockets of water at the top. So look at the speed it's coming down. So they'll be using that all the way up there, and it'll come all the way down and it'll go through the hydro system. And that's what all the area's got electricity for. So here, oh look at this one, the swear's changed as well. So let's have a little read. So salmon on my gate, I can't, do you know what, I can speak and do it, but my brain goes in and it jumbles the words up and it doesn't come out. But anyway, migratory fish, starting off life in clean, fast-flowing rivers, and then moving out to the river of their birth to lay their eggs and complete the life cycle. Salmon require good quality, fast-flowing water over clean gravel to make their nests, called redds, in which they deposit their eggs. The female will start making her redds in late autumn, excavating gravel with flicking motions on her tail. Salmon redds can be easy to see. The males then join her to fertilise the eggs before she covers them with gravel. Salmon redds are very sensitive to being washed out by floods or crushed by vehicles or canoe paddles, so please take care over gravel sections in the river between November and May. The village of Kinlochleven grew out of two hamlets, Kinlochleven to the north of the river was the larger of the two, and had a post office and a schoolroom, and Kinlochleven to the south of the river. Both communities involved from shooting and fishing. Jobs in the area were mainly on the estate or on crofts that were scattered around the village and hillsides. The crofts served as a stopping point for cattle drovers who got a meal in exchange for the latest news. Many of the hillside crofts were flooded when the Blackwater Reservoir was created. Right, so this Blackwater, come go this way. Coco, come on. Just start making your own little routes up. Hey? Travel light bags here. Right, so when people are doing the West Highland Way, what they do is they book into places like this, because this is Blackwater Hostel. So it's somewhere to book into if you're doing the West Highland Way, because once you get to this section here, you've only got from Kinlochleven to the end, Fort William. I say only, but still a good section. So yeah, what I was saying about that, see how I mean, having an ADHD brain when it's just like literally swaps and starts talking about other stuff. So what a lot of people do is, because when I've done the West Highland Way, we were doing it backwards, and I made the mistake as well of carrying too much weight, and it can end up being miserable because it puts a lot more strain, not on just carrying the weight, on your knees and blisters and stuff. So that's what a lot of people do now. They'll pick them up, the bags and that, and they'll take them to each location. So it might not be a bad little job to do that actually. So here you got the campers, please booking and reception, toilets, shower block and thingy. Might have to have a little look around. And we've got that extra little pennies. You can book out one of these. Oh, there's one each side, which is pretty cool. Come on, you. So you got little pods here you can stay in. That one there looks a bit bigger, so maybe that's more for more people. And then you got single sort of ones, which would probably be 2 to 4 bath. And then you got a nice little area here. Look at this. Be nice to work around here, wouldn't it? Actually, just to see all this and all that. I've never seen this before, but it's not a bad actually idea. So you got your tent boxes as we see them and use them. But look, we're using these tent boxes as just little pods for people. So why not? It's already done and all that. It's a good idea actually. And then you got a little area here to camp. So do you know what? I would put some solar panels on them ones. It would be a good idea. Come on, you. It's just stunning, isn't it? So yeah, this part as well, right? We're going to go to Blackwater Reservoir, see how we can get there. Sometimes I like to do it a few times because it's so weird when you're walking, hiking somewhere. The first time can take a long time. I like to do things a few times. I actually want to see if I can get the electric bike up here as well, because where Blackwater Reservoir is, there is a bothy, a really hidden bothy up there. So if you wouldn't know where it is, bear with me. It's like when I'm talking to my friend at work and that, I say about 10 sentences in my head and I just start talking like mid-sentence. So look at the size of this hydro. One of the first ones as well, the hydro dams, this one. Because Blackwater Reservoir, I think that was what it was made for in the end, for the aluminium. And obviously just to create electricity. So Blackwater Reservoir, I'm sure it's 8 miles long. So they must have had a big area and like a big massive valley. And that's what they were saying, there was crofts and all that in it. And then they've obviously just flooded it to obviously to store all the water for the reservoir. Because obviously you've got the river. I want to call it River Leven, Kinlochleven, and then you've got Lochleven. So maybe that's what it's called. But we'll Google it. Look at the size of this building, guys. So this inside it is like these here. Look at these big pipes. So in here, all the water will come down. It will come down so fast, and then it will get pressurized like psh, through in here, and then inside here is where the big turbines will be spinning, and then that's going to produce all the electricity. So that's why they've done them back in the days, because when you've got massive locks and bits of water, that instead of it all like disappearing, you know, because obviously we have heavy rains and all that, but then once the water goes into the ground or in the locks or out to sea, it's gone. So as humans, we harness what's around us. It's a shame nowadays that all these industrial stuff that we used to do and all that, we're not still doing them nowadays. It's more tourism now. And we'll show you where the hydro goes up. So look at the size of it. You have to be here to appreciate the actual size of that. So cool. Hydro. Fans are giving a big Charlie Spuds. Oh, it's warm coat. Oh, do you know what? I'm not even joking. Wait till you see this trail up to here. Oh, it's ruthless. Look at the size of these pipes. So you can just get the idea of the water that's getting harnessed and then getting squeezed down these pipes with such force that then they get into here, and then boom, there's probably big turbines under there. So just like when you turn your tap up and then you get it and you pressurize it, and that power of the water will be spinning them turbines. What voice shall we put on today, Coco? Shall we put a posh voice on? Yes, I think so, Paul. Right, we'll catch us up in a little bit. 26 tons. So I'm looking at this as well. I wonder if I can get the van up here as well, because this is the old military road. The only thing about this here I'm going to show you is this. I wonder if this is why you do. When I tried the West Highland Way backwards, it was literally ruthless around here. But looking at, if I'm thinking now, the way I come, this wouldn't be a bad section between Glencoe and Kinlochleven, because it's mostly downhill, what I remember. But going back up this way I'm going, it's literally uphill all the way. As you can see, we're going up really high. So it's nice just to take little breaks on the way. So just trying to remember the way. Obviously I'll bring the maps up soon. I'm sure this goes down to the hydro plant. Woo! So it's taking tops off already. I better bring up my Google actually. See if it'd be nice if I could go up that way, but is that a shortcut? Because I normally went around the other way. Look at this, guys, man. How awesome does that look? You imagine this, like this. There's not a lot of water around at the moment because it's been dry, but you can imagine this when it's flowing. As you can see, the rock line, you know.